everyone, hope you're doing well. We are back on the dev server, and it's time to have a look at the new Rank 8 MBT that is coming in for Germany. This is the Leopard 2A7V, and basically, it's purple. The reason why it's purple is not because it's going to be purple, it's just that it's not finished. And a lot of different vehicles have these like little purple things on them, which seems to be kind of like a base coat of something for the devs. So obviously this isn't going to come in purple, but it might actually get a bright orange skin from the Dutch at some point. But not definitely its standard one. The Leopard 2A7V is the new Leopard coming to Germany. It is the first 2A7 we have, and it's coming after the Leopard 2 PSO. Also, when you have a look at Rank 8 Germany, this is what it looks like. You have the 2A5, 2A6, the PSO, and also the 2A7V, and of course the Fluorac on top of it. So this will be the vehicle that will be at the end of the line, but because of the modification changes, won't have crazy modification costs, which is really nice at the end of the day. The 2A7V is very similar to the SDRV122 and also the 2A6. The main thing that it's close to is the 2A6 though. It has the 120mm L55, which is of course the larger barrel compared to the standard 120, and it also has some additional armor on it and probably some additional systems that we'll see in the future. Armor wise, it obviously isn't fully finished, but you can see in the X-ray the composite armor in the hull, and then also on the turret cheeks too, with the more protecting the commander over here with this big old piece that is sat here. You also have the loader and also the gunner below, and of course the good old driver at the sides too. You have the rolled homogeneous armor on the sides, which will provide a little bit of protection, but not too much. The basic difference between this and stuff like the 2A6 is obviously its external armor. This has some mine protection on it. If you actually take it off, you can see the difference between them. So you see here how you have the high hard rolled homogeneous and the 40mm, and of course this composite screen that sits here. If you put on the mine protection, this changes. You still have the composite screen, and then also you have this, but then there's going to be some more stuff down here too. So the idea is it gives you a little bit more of armor compared to what you had before. I don't think the turret changes too much compared to the standard 2A5. I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same. But as always, when it comes to the dev server, understand that these things are definitely not final. So, the big reason why you would want this vehicle is because it's a jack-of-all-trades Leopard. It has the armor, it has the mobility for the 1500 horsepower engine, and then also it has the 120mm L55. This means it gets access to DM53, obviously DM53 being the strongest round right now in the game. So now good old Germany has access to two vehicles with this round on this platform, and it is incredibly strong. You also have gunners thermals, tank thermals, and also, or commander thermals I should say, and also driver thermals. So just like the M1A2 Seb V2, you have the full thermal suite that you would want. It's kind of interesting. It says Tank Commander TVD and then also Tank Commander NVD, which is kind of odd. It also has smoke grenades. One of the things that this thing does not have, though, is it doesn't have an active protection system, and also at the same time, it doesn't have access to an LWS, which kind of sucks, only a laser rangefinder. Would be nice if this had an LWS, but I'm guessing it just doesn't. With the 1500 horsepower engine and the transmission in tow, that will mean that this vehicle is incredibly mobile, just like all of the other Leopards, and at the same time, it has access to the first stage ammo storage of 15 pieces, meaning that you can take 16 and only have this covered instead of this area here. Basically, this is a blowout panel, so if it gets hit and this doesn't get pierced, then the vehicle itself will be able to survive, which is super nice for it. For its secondaries, it has two 7.62mm, one as a coaxial, and then also one as a pintle mount. It would be nice if this thing had like a 50 cal, but c'est la vie. You know, you can't have everything in life. It does have a lot of smoke grenades though, 12 in total, with 2 launching at the same time. Means that you have, you know, 6 which can cover you, which is really nice on the general vehicle. Unfortunately, because this vehicle isn't finished, it doesn't have access to other camos, so I'm pretty sure it'll have all the standard ones that you used to, but also at the same time just take that into account. Another thing that this has with the L55 is it has the DM11, which is quite nice, but most of the time not too useful, but there will be times against helicopters where you can give it a go. So this is the second vehicle, this update, which is coming with this gun. I believe the Challenger 3P also has access to this gun, and it is the most powerful gun in the game. I know a lot of people talk about Soviet rounds with the 3BM60 and all of this stuff, but you've got to understand that the L55, this round that it has access to, is insanely powerful compared to pretty much everything else. I remember when the 2A6 came out in New Power and how insanely powerful it was at the time, even just with its DM33, which is this round here. It blew everything else out of the water and was able to just hammer everything, and that was many years ago. You can see the thermal coverage on the gunner here. When it comes to the commander, you can see it has at least Gen 2 thermals on there, and then also the driver. Looks like it's Gen 1 for the driver though, so no look on him. But yeah, the thermal suite on this vehicle is really nice and will make it a little bit easier to play than some of the other Leopards that are set around the place. A lot of these Western MBTs are definitely, or at least when you have a look at the earlier versions, one of the things about them is they don't have as good of a thermal suite compared to some other vehicles in the game like the Ariete, but now we have stuff like the Leopard 2A7, the M1A2 Set V2, and of course the Challenger P3. They have definitely caught up, I think it's fair to say. So this vehicle on the Leopard chassis gives you additional armor, gives you already the best gun in the game, and at the same time gives you good survivability from the blowout panels, and the mobility is good too. There is nothing on this vehicle which is bad. There is not anything that is wrong with it. It will play very well. The only issue might be its size, but that's really about it. If you played the good old 2A6 in the past, you know how powerful this type of machine is, and you know how well it will do against its competition. It will be able to fly around the place, it will be able to do whatever you want it to do, and now you technically have 2 of them in a lineup, with the fact that you have the 2A6 and you also have this vehicle too. If you're looking forward to this, you should. It's a fantastic vehicle and will be as good as the 2A6 was when it launched. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank Brendan Quinn, Vilneus, Character Fuel, Juan the Panda, Carrion Crow, Gus Irenicus, Pyman, Merciless Reaper, Orange Tail, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Moxie, B. Young, Bareen, Peter Grayling, Alan Hacker, Sem Alslan, Uncle Bean, and Derek R, and also Lafouche for supporting the channel.